making music or any sort of art, it's like a wild animal. You don't want to capture it and tame it and domesticate it. You know what I mean? You don't want to own it, you don't want to possess it, you just want to coexist with it. You know, let it be free, let it be beautiful. And you know what I'm saying? It sounds a bit fruity, but my littlest daughter, who's 3, she has this little game she likes to play with me where she yells, and that's right before she launches herself on top of me and kills me. So I got her to record timber in here the other day, and I kind of thought I wanted to have that on this track. So that was one of the ideas I had when I came in. I knew the track was going to be called Timber. I knew I was going to put a voice on there. That and that sort of those opening chords. Oftentimes I think that's all you need. You just need to have like 1 or 2 little things to start a track. You know, I'm usually playing all the instruments, and I'm composing the stuff, and so I'm constantly thinking about things. So, you know, having an engineer in the first place is really great because they can plug everything in and they can make sure everything's working. And I'm not thinking about technical stuff. I'm just in the moment of, you know, creating stuff and conceptualizing and all that.
And it's a bit quieter than the bass.
Yeah, maybe let's knock that up a little bit louder so it's not.
I might as well do it now.
Yeah, exactly. So straight away, if I didn't have that, it'd be like, oh, I gotta plug this in. Oh, that's not working. How come that's not coming up? You know, and then you've lost the vibe. This is Pierre, the beautiful French sound engineer.
Oh.
And then Pierre, you know, we've got similar taste in music and similar reference points. I think we've been making records, you know, kind of for the same amount of time. You know, him as an engineer, me as an artist. He kind of understands. We have like certain things that, like when I did that 12-string guitar today on this track, he knew what I was going to ask him to do, which was to run the guitar through the space echo as a pre-delay to the Orban spring reverb, which is something, it's a sound that we've used before, and he just did it.
Nice one, Pete.
I mean, he's a funny guy. He's quite weird and eccentric and you know, geeked out.
Whatever you say, Shawn.
He's French. I'm American. We're both foreigners living in Britain, same amount of time. So we got kind of like, you know, interesting parallels, but we're also quite different. I'm going to start on the Casio. I'm going to do some swell chords, and then I'm going to start playing a motif, and then I'm going to kick in the drum machine, and then I will just do like kind of the left-hand bass bit of the Casio, and then we'll overdub the chords after. Oh, you know we got to get on this now, Pete. ED10, man.
Let's go old early 80s cannibal movies.
Yeah.
You want to hear some reverb live, or is that right if you recorded it right?
You can have an idea and you can record it, and then you can put it out into the world and people can listen to it. It has a life without you, and that's really incredible. On one level, it's what it's all about, really. Making music's magic, I think. We worked until about 2:30ish. We break for lunch. We start at 11. We go to 2:30, 2:45 normally. I'm a vegan, and P'll just eat anything, I think. Then we head back to the studio, and we take usually about an hour and a half. So we come back quite fresh. Then we'll work like until 8 o'clock. So it's pretty civilized, and we get a lot done, and we don't get too burnt out.
Next.
Let's do the metal thing first, and then we'll do the ashtray. Then we'll do the Quijada.
Okay.
So that's 3 separate takes. You know what we should do with that P2? Is we should run that through the Boss digital delay. You know that setting that's just where it just sounds like
Modulation, yeah.
Yeah, like the robot-y thing.
Yeah.
You know, almost like kind of like that weird cheap reverb sound. But I've been recording down here for about 15 years. This place is sort of home. You know, this is kind of where I really developed musically and as a musician and a writer and a producer and all these things a lot here. I mean, a lot of the gear and instruments I use aren't, you know, the most expensive. I kind of really enjoy cheap, funky stuff and one-trick pony type things where it makes one sound, but it's a good sound and has a lot of character. And I can afford to buy more things that way. I'm not spending $3,000 on, you know, one piece of gear, which you know you think's gonna turn water into wine. You know, they're like toys. You know what I mean? Rather than some serious thing. And so I don't know. I think straight away it makes you more playful. Oftentimes, other musicians will listen to my music and they'll pick out a certain sound on a record and go, "What's that sound on there? It's a really amazing sound." And it's always something really cheap. It's almost perverse, you know, to get something really incredible out of something that costs a $5.
Nice.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we might back him out earlier than where I ended. All right, so we'll go and do some bass next. Drums was a word, and guitar was another word, and bass was another word. You put all these things together and you get a sentence that says something. You know, without the bigger picture, everything was just a detail, which on its own wasn't enough for me. I couldn't express myself through just playing an instrument. I want to make a tune. Better me when I'm down here. I got a bit more of a grasp on what I do in here than I do in other aspects of my life. I'm just messing it up like everybody else does, making it up as I go along. But I make it up as I go along in here. But at least at the end of the day, I got a tune. That's gotta be it. We're out of here. Right? We're finished.
Yeah, man. Done.
See you in the charts.